At Gym Live. We do this every day at 12:30. We come at to you talking about your health, your mindset, exercise, nutrition, and recovery. Your four big pillars of health. Okay, and if you don't have health, then you're not going to like your relationships near as much as you could. You're not going to enjoy your time, and you're not going to be able to enjoy the money and the wealth that you do accumulate in this life. So health is the number one resource that we possibly have. We got a special guest today, a very special guest to me. Rachel is here with us. Rachel is actually about to start a coffee shop, which is pretty cool. Just coffee aficionado. But we're going to talk about some of the stuff that I think a lot of people that we've kind of had to tackle in our own relationship, but also that I see a lot of people tackle in their own relationships with regard to the other person getting on board with the health game. Because when one starts going on this health journey and the other one doesn't want to go on, it creates this separation, right? And you don't really want separation when you're in a relationship. You want to come together. So how do you deal with that? And it's not always an easy thing. I mean, it's hard enough dealing with your own nutritional stuff, let alone somebody else. So what we're going to get into, we're going to talk about a lot about like, why do people buy into the easy, the quick fix, the detox, the cleanse, the shakes, the bars, when they fully know that it's not going to change their health. It's not going to change, your skin tone, your cellulite, your muscles, your strength. None of that stuff is going to work for it. So we're going to get into a little bit about that. Otherwise, you want to introduce yourself? I know I just did it. You can do it too.
Hi guys, I'm Rachel.
You're going to have to really speak up because you got to carry it all the way to that microphone.
My name is Rachel. And I'm excited to be here.
Alright, so if you guys have any questions for Rachel, please put them in the comments section below. We really want to make this a very interactive thing because this is something, we're all going to have relationships over the course of our life, right? We're all going to have romantic and platonic relationships over the course of our life, and food is a big part of that. So how are we going to get into the nutrition game with the person that we want to be in a relationship with? If you have a friend who you've been trying to get them to eat healthier, but you don't really know what to say, write that down, write the story down below. Have you ever had that? Have you ever had a friend where you really want to confront them on how they're eating? I have, yeah.
I have lots of friends like that, actually.
What do you say?
I just say...
Oh, wait, let's back up. Why do you want to confront them? Is it their idea?
I don't want to confront them. It's they have to want it. Like, if they are convinced that they have to drink a liter of soda a day, they're going to do that until they realize that it's not healthy for them.
How long do you suppose that takes them to figure out?
It takes them a while. I mean, I can
do you
just
think
say,
that they,
really?
But do you really think do you think they knew before that even started? Do you think they knew that a liter of soda every day was not going to get them where they wanted to go?
Some of them don't.
Shut up. No, for real.
Some of them really don't really think about how much. I mean, if you're not drinking water, you're drinking something else. Like soda, you obviously know that that's not good for you. You've been told that, but I don't think they realize how much they're drinking each day.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And if you're substituting soda for water, that's even worse. So, I mean, I have enough problems, like, drinking enough water, but if I'm drinking soda, then I'm going to be drinking less water.
Yeah, I get what you mean there. Yeah.
And, I mean, you got to stay hydrated, especially right now. It's so hot. It's true. Like, if you're working out and all you're drinking is soda, and it's 90 degrees the last couple weeks, then you're going to get dehydrated.
Yeah, you're going to get dehydrated because you're sweating.
And feel lethargic, and it's not going to be beneficial to your exercising goals either.
So, do you think that the people that the people that you know, your friends, the people that you've come in contact with throughout your life, do you think they're looking for the quick fix, or do you think that they're just doing?
I think everybody wants a quick fix, but it's like, it's not realistic that you can just pop a pill and it's gonna shed weight.
Why do you think people want the quick fix though?
Because it's easier and it's quicker, and you kind of want to believe that it's true. Like, in the back of your head, you're buying this product, you're probably spending a ton of money on it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna work. In the back of your head, you know that. You're not just being like, oh, well, I'm buying this $100 product and I'm gonna be skinny in 5 weeks.
So do you think, okay, so they're taking a risk at that point. So they're shelling out all this money on this thing that they don't know will work.
Uh-huh.
do you think more people are risk averse, or do you think that they're more risk tolerant? Because I know, like, we are totally different on that. Like, I'm super risk tolerant. Like, I'll just, like, throw it down. Just bam, let's do it. You're really risk averse. Like, you'll just be like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take the risk.
Well, it depends on the risk. If you're...
I know, but do you think most people are more risk averse or more risk tolerant?
Oh, I don't know. I think they're... I don't know. When it comes to stuff like that, like pills and their money, and they're just willing to, like, shell it out if it means that they can get that goal.
Yeah.
Like, if they see a picture located right next to an advertisement that has, like, a shredded out girl, then they're gonna be like, that's what I want, and that's what I want to get in 5 weeks.
Yeah, that's what we all want. But at the same time, like, they're willing to take the risk on their money and this pill rather than doing what they absolutely know will work eventually. Is if they get their butt to the gym and they work hard and that they eat better, they're guaranteed to get what they want.
Well, I think.
But if they take the pill, they might not, or they might get what they want.
They might not have to do the work to get it. I just think that people are just a little unrealistic when it comes to that. Like, you can't.
You mean their expectations?
Their expectations are no, but I mean their expectations are unrealistic, obviously. But like, you can't just. A lot of those programs, they're designed to work with your workouts, and they just think the pill is going to do all the work. That's not usually how it works.
Yeah, the pill won't. Yeah.
Like, a lot of the programs will give you workouts, or they'll give you, like, nutritional tips and menu items that you can make at home. But it's an aid. Like, the pill is just on the side.
Yeah. The pill is actually, like, in any of these cases, like, someone asked me on here the other day, they said, do you believe in such and such a thing? And I don't even remember what it was, but I remember, like I believe in the placebo effect. Like, no doubt about it. Like, placebo effect works. I think anytime that people are taking these, like, it'll make you skinny pills, or it'll make you muscle gain pills, or it'll make you, whatever. I think it's placebo. I think people are just like, oh, because they took the pill, now they're like, well, I took this pill, so now I got to go work out. Oh, I took this pill, so I better eat better too. And it's the working out and the eating better that actually makes the difference. And the pill was just the, like, excuse almost to do those things.
I think that some of them might have... like, they might work in some way, like with protein or like with your, like, after workout stuff. Like, they might aid in that, but you have to put it together with the nutrition and the working out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to get the results you want.
And there's a big word in there,
like, it's not just going to, like, fall off you.
Yeah. Might aid.
For that
It might. It might aid it.
Okay.
But you don't even know if it will.
Who knows? I mean, it's the same with nutrition. Like, if you could be eating perfectly fine, but if you're not working out in addition, it doesn't, like, it's not going to shed the weight right away.
Do just exercise versus eating well, too?
No, I'm just saying eating well is in addition to your workout.
Yeah. Which brings because the big thing about this video that we want to get across is, how do you get your spouse on board with your health journey? Okay, because this is like the way that I ate before we were doing this thing, and the way that I ate after we started doing, like, for the first year of this thing. Like, eventually we had to have a discussion on what we were just talking about, where it was just like,
you don't eat that all the time.
No, not bad. It wasn't bad at all. Like, I'm not criticizing you at all. Just a body type like this can handle a few more carbs than a body type like mine. Foods that we were eating on a regular basis were usually a little bit more, I kept them in reserve. I'd have them like once a week, whereas we were having them like every night. So we had to have a conversation. We're like, if you want me to stay looking like this, then I need to maybe change how we're eating every night.
Okay, well, I think that was in the beginning. I didn't really know how to cook certain things. And I'd never really tried certain
I don't know about
ingredients.
that.
Well, I mean,
you're good.
But, like, I was
good
really... at the carbs. I was good at, like, the pasta and lasagna and, like, all that stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm going to make this every single night. But that doesn't mean that I should be making it every single night.
Yeah.
So it kind of made me have to search out and, like, look for different recipes that didn't include... Or, like, when I go to the grocery store, I don't need to buy a bunch of, like, a bag full of potatoes and, like, 4 boxes of pasta. Like, I can supplement other ingredients.
Like what?
I try to throw in as many vegetables as I can into, like, if I'm going to
You do awesome with that.
like, pasta, in the pasta sauce, I'll put mushrooms and onions and zucchini and tomatoes and, like, so it's not just, like, meat and pasta and tomato sauce, which tomato sauce, I mean, depending on if you make it or if you buy it, it has a lot of junk in it sometimes. So I kind of feel less bad about eating pasta when it's filled with a bunch of vegetables. Because otherwise, I don't get them.
Wait. Why do you feel bad about eating pasta?
I mean, it's just, it's an indulgence for me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if
it's
I
so
eat
good.
a little bit, I want a lot of it. So it's like, ooh, I want seconds, I want thirds. I mean, you eat seconds and thirds. So.
I eat like seconds and thirds of my seconds and thirds, which
usually,
is like
when I'm looking
one
at
helping
recipes, I go to the one that says 5 servings, and then I'll have 1 serving. They'll have like 3 or 4, and then we'll have like 1 left over for lunch the next day.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll do like leftovers. But no, this was we had to establish some of these ground rules when we were going into this. I think it's super important. Like if you're trying to get your spouse or your girlfriend or whatever it is, you're cohabitating, you're gonna eat together. Some of it, like who's gonna do the cooking, who's not gonna do the cooking. Like we had to figure that one out early on too. Is like who's gonna actually do this, because there's like I work an insane number of hours. Am I supposed to do the cooking too, or are you going to do the cooking? Like, who's going to do the grocery shopping? Who's going to? Like, I think if you have established agreements up front, it's going to go a lot better. I think it's gone a lot better for us anyway since doing that. Like, I think that's number one thing with getting your spouse on board with the health journey is you have to have established agreements. You know, like if I was to continue eating the way that I was eating, I was gonna get like I was not gonna be this look like I do now.
Yeah.
And she would have looked just like she does. She would have been a bombshell regardless. Like I would have been fat ass.
All right.
Oh, are you trying to not blush?
Stop it.
You doing that?
I mean, my body type like takes a lot to go either way. I've noticed. Like it's not like quick results, so it's kind of harder for me to like gauge.
You mean like it's
what
hard
works
for you
and what
to
doesn't for me?
It's hard for you to gain muscle, but it's really also hard for you to gain fat.
It's slow. Like I can gain fat, obviously, but like it's slow.
Yeah.
And like sometimes when it's slow like that, you don't really realize that you have gained anything until you like see yourself in a picture and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
My face is round.
For classic ectomorphs like this, like the people that go far to that ectomorph side, they look just like Rachel. They're long and lean, and they have a really hard time putting on muscle mass, but they also get the gift of having a really hard time putting on any sort of mass, fat mass too. So like for instance, Rachel's been lifting for what, like 3 or 4 years now? Consistently?
Yeah, and not as consistently, like more consistently lately.
Boom. Pull on.
But like
pull on my hand.
Stop. But like it's frustrating sometimes because like I mean even in high school when I'd work out like almost every day, I didn't see like my body change at all from season to season. And like even now I'm trying to like work out more than I was. Like I was doing 2 or 3 days. No, I was doing like 2 days consistently, but now I'm trying to do like 4 or 5 and like supercharging that so I can see some results. I mean, I do see myself like a lot more strong. In the last
you're a
couple
lot.
weeks. It's only been like a month, but like I'm trying to also like
a month of what?
Like trying to go like
trying to do
like 4 or
every
5.
day. Yeah, trying to work out every day.
Because I mean,
because you were getting a solid 3 in before, but now you're upping it to 4 or 5 a week.
Yeah.
Just
because I notice how much it affects my energy and like I feel stronger, obviously. Just the day to day is a little easier, and like having a set schedule where I know like oh, I'm planning out my week. I know I'm going to be working out this time and set it aside. Because before I was just like sticking it in wherever it worked out.
That never works.
Instead of,
Well,
it didn't work. Because then I'd be like, oh, I don't feel like working out today. But if I look at my week and I know, oh, in the mornings on Monday, I work out. Or Tuesdays, I work out here. Like, it's not like me sticking it in whenever it's convenient. Because it's not really ever convenient. This morning, I just wanted to walk right out, honestly.
What, like, what do you mean?
I was just, like, tired.
Oh, you mean you wanted to, you got to the gym and you were like, yeah, fuck this.
I always have to remind myself, it's normal to not want to be here, you know? It's normal to not want to work out first thing in the morning or, like, early.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Because I always feel better afterwards.
Yeah, you just got to get going. You just got to get warmed up, and then you're like, you got to commit first, and then you just go ahead and do it, and then you feel glad that you did it. But it's hard to get going sometimes.
It's an energy booster.
So, like, what were some of the things that, like, we've had to establish some agreements. What were some of the ways that, like my mom, growing up and how I saw my folks do it, it was just like what Janet said was the way. It was just like, bam, she was the matriarch of the family. Like, what was set on the table, everybody ate. If you weren't exercising enough, she'd just tell you get outside. You know, like if you need to get stronger for football, she was like, well, you better go get stronger for football, I guess. She never had to tell me that, but she just very much like how was it? Was there established ground rules for you?
No.
What'd you guys do?
We scavenged. We basically were.
You just fended for yourself.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
I mean, we had meals, but like it wasn't like you knew when like dinner was and like where it was gonna be every night. But like when I don't know, it like our schedules were kind of all off in a way. We didn't really set aside a time, so it became a little harder to like eat dinner with family. Yeah.
So it's like so different. Like we came from like completely different, like very structured, like not militaristic, but like kind of like that, very structured to like, oh well, just figure it out, kid.
Well, yeah, and then we were looking through. I had this like little health journal. It was like basically where I wrote down all the things I was eating, and I wasn't eating any protein at all. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like no protein. And I was having like these episodes where I'd like pass out, and I was like, I didn't know what was wrong until I realized I wasn't putting protein into my body.
Yeah, you were just...
It was there if it was there.
This is also...
But I didn't make an effort to get protein into my diet.
Cross-country and track athletes are just fed this idea that everybody else is fed, that carbs, 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 low on the fats, low on the sweets, hit the carbs, and they never talk about protein, they barely talk about vegetables, and like this is kind of like what she's talking about right now is very much a product of like almost all the female athletes that I know have had this at some point, where they're not eating enough protein, they're not eating enough calories, period, they're carving out like crazy because they're trying to keep up, and they just aren't getting enough, and they didn't eat enough fat either. It's a very common thing.
Well, it was like I was eating them, and I was being told to eat them, but I thought I was getting enough. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't realize how important they were. And I was being told to, like, drink a lot of water and, like, Gatorade and all that stuff, like, so I could figure out what was wrong, but...
So she has to do the complete opposite of she had to do complete opposite of what we have to do now, and for what most people have to do is just, like, tend to eat less, especially less junk. What is the... So this is the number 2 solution to... Like, for one, we want to have established agreements, right? We want to agree on how we're going to eat, who's going to do what, who's going to do the cooking, who's going to do the dishes. Dish is my job. I do the dishes, apparently. But
also, eating outside of the house makes a big difference. You know what I mean? Like, going out to eat versus cooking your own meal. Because, like, when you go out to eat, I think when we go out to eat, we just don't really, like, look at the menu for, like, the healthiest option.
Oh, no, I just, fuck it.
It's just like...
Yeah. What's the point?
Who cares?
Like,
everything, going out to eat.
You're not going to find the healthy option on the menu. Like, even if you get a salad...
You can do that, but, like, maybe if they're, like, eating out 4 times a week, then you definitely should be doing that. But, like, if we're eating at home 4 times a week...
If you're eating out 4 times a week, there's another problem to tackle. Like...
But, like, I mean,
I get
For
what you're
us,
saying, but
we cook every day in the house.
Every day.
We make breakfast every day. But when it comes to the end of the night, when both of us have like just got done with work at 9 o'clock at night, sometimes I'll text them and be like, "Hey, I'm bringing home some." Yeah, or like, "What should we eat for dinner tonight?" And it's not like
it's not junk.
it's not junk. I try not to make it junk, but like there are times where like, yeah, let's go have some food at this place, and it's not like the healthiest option, but I can feel better about it because I know that we do make an effort to cook in the house, and we eat a lot of vegetables, we eat a lot of meat.
Well, that's the 80-20. Like, if you're good 80% of the time, you're good. And if you're good 80% of the time, you can commit nutritional murder 20% or 5% of the time.
And you can always get better.
And
I mean,
5% of the time happened the other night, didn't it?
What? Okay, I came home from like...
This is number 3. We're skipping number 2 and we're going right to number 3.
I came home, usually anytime I'm out of town.
Wait. First of all...
I always get a Snapchat that Adam, like, ate pizzas, so I like...
She's not human. She doesn't like pizza, so I never get to eat pizza.
I do like pizza, I just...
Yeah. So she doesn't like marinara sauce, so she doesn't like pizza. So
I like some pizza, just not in excess.
So we very, very rarely eat pizza. So I'm like, man, she's gone. I'm like, I haven't cheated, and I haven't cheated on my diet or on nutrition. I haven't made a cheat meal in a while. Like, what am I gonna do? Like,
but then in the morning, I look on the coffee table, and there's 3 little cardboard rings.
There's only 2. There might have been 3 cardboard things, but there's only 2 pizzas.
So basically, you ate 3 pizzas.
I ate 2 pizzas. 2 pizzas.
All right, I'll put up the picture and...
You guys can decide if I ate 2 or ate 3. But having established cheats like that, there's an agreement with yourself that, hey, I planned on this. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I knew she was going to be gone on that Tuesday, so I was like...
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I had an established cheat where I could sit there and I could eat pizza when she's gone, because I don't want to sit there and rub it in her face like, oh, this pizza's so good, and she's having a terrible time eating pizza.
I mean,
like, it's no good. So number 3 is actually having established cheats, like an agreement that it's like, hey, when you're gone, I'm gonna eat shit.
Yeah.
Not real shit. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast. But what's obstacle? Number 2 is actually.
You ate 3. I got the snap.
I ate 2. It was only 2 pieces. Not 2 pieces of pizza. 2 whole pizzas. And it was delicious.
All right.
It was delicious. Anyway, number 2. The number 2 is to establish obstacles, which is something that we just kind of fell into this by accident. So she did this one day. I just kept on, like, I was just like a kid and I just kept grabbing this candy. I just kept on eating it. It was just chocolate. I just kept on eating it. Every, 5, 10, 15 minutes, I go down and I grab another one. And pretty soon it was ridiculous. And so what she did, she started hiding it from me. So this is what, like, when you get a good one that really has your back, this is how you know. She just hides it from me. She not, like,
I'm not, hiding it, so, I just know you don't really, look around. It's just, if you know it's there, then you'll go grab it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I wish I had somebody hide candy from me.
But you don't eat crap like that. And she's very good moderator, so she's gonna have a handful, 3, 4, whatever it is, of whatever it is she's eating, and then she's done. Me, I'm gonna eat the whole bag, and then I'm gonna open up another bag, and then I'm probably gonna think about, I won't actually do it, but I'll think about driving to the store and buying an entire another bag just so I can have that bag.
I mean, I've done that too. I think about that. I'm human. But, I mean, if it does keep you from eating a whole bag of candy once or twice, then
she got my back. She's just like, hey, I'm just going to hide this from him.
Or when you're like, I really wish we had candy. I'm like, I gotta have some somewhere.
Oh my God. Yeah, so we got 3 big solutions on getting your spouse on board with the health journey, because this is a big thing. If one of you is going off on a health journey, one of you is trying to get really healthy, one of you is trying to work out, and the other one's just like a stick in the mud, being like, no, I don't want to eat that. No, I don't want to go work out. No, I don't. That would be awful. I'm so thankful that I've never had to fight with her about going to, not her going to the gym, but me going to the gym, or me eating a certain way. We've never fought over that, because it's just we both know that it's of high value to us. But when one side isn't, how are you going to do it? You have to establish some kind of agreement. I mean, I think anyway, like all the people that I've consulted anyway, you have to establish some kind of agreement. I agree with you. How do we find a solution to this? And those are, I think these are our three big solutions. You know, like we had an established agreement up front. She sets up obstacles for me to not be an idiot, which is nice. And then you have established cheat meals along the way. I mean, it's just, it's a really easy way to go about the nutrition realm. Is there any other ones that you want to add?
Well, I mean, we work out as well. Like try
Yeah.
to like keep each other accountable.
Yeah.
Like I know that at 8:30 every morning you're gonna walk out the door and go work out,
Mm-hmm.
and then sometimes I'll come with you if I don't have to work.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have that as well.
Just that established time. This is when you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I never have to be like, she's never asked me to not go. Like, it's like,
I wouldn't ask you to not go.
like let's roll. Like let's do this.
But I mean, you've never like you've never like got on my case for not. Well, I guess you have.
Yeah.
But like, you're not like pissed off if I don't go work out.
No, that's ridiculous. But like a lot of these people, some of the people even watching this are gonna have people in their lives that they're like that are holding them back. Like, why do you have to go do that? Why do you have to?
Well,
and
and then there's the jealousy thing as
Yeah.
well. Like,
what's the jealousy thing? Tell them.
well, like that thing with like I don't know, people in your like some people in maybe not your like immediate lives, but like on the outside can kind of like get in your head too.
Yeah, if you let them.
If you let them, but they think they know more than you for some reason. I mean, maybe they do.
Hey, we're back. Yeah, the jealousy thing, the naysayer thing, the naysayers that you're going to run into are a big deal. Also, there's a spousal jealousy thing here too, where let's say you lose 100 pounds and your spouse didn't lose the 100 pounds that he had to lose. Well, I mean, I've heard it more than once that like the guy, they almost go through a divorce because it's like what, like I'm not good enough for you now anymore, and it's like it has nothing to do with her, it has everything to do with him, and just because he didn't have the guts to go change his body and do what he needed to do.
Well,
That's a scary deal. That's why you got to go at it
I
together.
hope it doesn't happen, but I know it does.
It does happen. It's really sad. Let's look at some of the questions here. Did anybody? I have proof. It's hard to convince people that they are actually in control of their health versus your health in control of you. Seems like people see glimpse of that when something happens. They're out. Yeah, that's a good point. I've never really found, like, I don't know what, me in my position allows me to confront people on a different level than if it was just, you know, your everyday person confronting one of your friends, because I do this as a profession, so people listen to me a little different, and I don't have a personal relationship with most people when we first start working together yet. So it's a little different. So I don't really know how to put myself in other people's shoes that way. It'd be super hard. But I think if there's one person that you would need to confront, it would be the person that you're spending the most time with, the person that you're in a relationship with. Because if you don't, like, it's going to create a divide if you don't do this thing together. So if you are going at this nutrition change, exercise change, lifestyle change, health change, you want to grab a hold of the person that you care about most in the world, and you want to get them going along the same way as you are.
Well, it has to come from a caring place,
it has
not
to come
a
from a caring
judgmental place.
Good point. Yeah, like,
Because
if you try to shame someone into doing something, that just doesn't go well.
I mean, and there's even times where maybe I'm a little too judgmental when it comes to like telling people about like the soda thing. I'm just like looking at them like, oh, are you really gonna have another soda? But I mean, it's because I care about them.
You say it like that though, but
I know,
but you're not serious. I mean, you're serious, but you're joking about it. Like, everybody can laugh.
But I mean, I don't want them to feel bad about drinking soda. That's not what I'm trying to
That's
get
the thing.
at.
Like, shaming people doesn't get anything done.
No, not at all.
Like, shaming so you're gonna eat more ice cream? Way to go,
and that's
fat.
on me. If I can't get them to like realize without me being judgmental and shaming them, then I'm not doing it right. Because that's not my
Yeah.
That's not my goal. My goal is just to be like, get them healthy.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect.
You're caring about them. Like, and if you have a friend that you want to confront, like, if you don't, like, confrontations are a gift. It's not the other way around. Like, you need to confront them. But the best way I found is just using the Socratic method, just to ask a question.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've ever used that, but just to ask a question, like, hey, how's that workout going? How's that nutrition plan that you started going? And then they look at you like you're the biggest asshole in the world, but you can just sit there with a smile on your face because you didn't say anything intrusive.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to come off as like an authority, like I know better than you.
Right. That's why questions work so well. Like, hey, how's that going?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so you gave up on it? I never say that.
The limited knowledge that I have, I just know that I don't want them to be unhealthy. And it's just,
you just want
starting a conversation, maybe.
Yeah. I think we all want what's best for the people that are around us.
Mm-hmm.
Or I hope anyway. But
yeah,
how do you do that without shaming them? Be the question. But
starting a conversation.
Anyway, starting a conversation to get established agreements, to establish obstacles, and to establish what's acceptable in your health journey. But anyway, I hope you guys found that I don't know.
Entertaining.
Yeah, I hope you found that entertaining. I hope you got something from it. But anyway, thanks for being here. Because you were here already.
I guess so.
She really didn't want to do this. She was like, I want to do that. No, I want to do that.
I did tell him no.
But now you're here. Way to go. All right, guys, if you have any other questions, please write them down below. I'll come back through and I'll respond to each one of them. Thank you for being here. It's pretty cool when people show up to these things on a regular basis, and you guys that comment and you guys that share it out. But please take time to share it. Hit like button. It's a good time to be here with you guys. So thank you for being here. We'll see you soon.